Whoa, fuck. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, zero problem.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming. It is Friday night, 9 o'clock. That means it's time for the Burning River Browns talk here on the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining us. I am here with my kosher co-host, Sherry, Browns fans girl.
Hello.
Yes. And yes, she is Jewish. That's why I said kosher, thorough. She will give you the literal Hebrew translation to Haktua.
Oh.
That was ours first, actually. We can talk about this later.
Okay. And of course, from My Dogs podcast, good friend and colleague, Thurl. How you doing, man? Thank you for joining.
I'm doing great. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the invite.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So I kind of threw out the agenda today, kind of do a little bit of research. I have some things here. Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, we'll talk about them. But there's an NFL Sunday Ticket lawsuit. You guys familiar with it? We could talk about it. It actually saw the Dog Pound Daily did an interesting article, and they said that it was a $14 billion settlement, but I thought it was 4.7.
Oh, I just saw the number go up to 14.
Yeah. So I'm kind of seeing different numbers, but they're thinking that could affect the salary cap, which would affect the Browns,
absolutely,
which could be interesting. But I think that thing's still going to go through an appeals process. It could take years. That's what I think. So also the Cleveland Land Bridge grant, and there was a Scene magazine article that I saw G. Bush do a video on today. Did you see that at all about the Brian Casey, the city councilman, that's had a group of experts put together saying that if we build this stadium, this dome, it's not going to make any economic impact. That's what he's trying to claim, just the stadium itself. But there's things I would like to add to it. And I would like to offer and extend an invitation to Councilman Casey. Please come on. I'd be happy to talk to him about it. And I'd be happy to counter his arguments with other facts that he might not be aware of. I'm not even sure he was old enough when the Browns moved in 95. And I can explain him how that whole mess happened. I don't know. He might be a little bit wet behind the ears. But before we go any further, I do need to take a break for our sponsors. So let's do that right now. All right. Thank you. Thank you for hanging with us. All right. So let's do Amari Cooper first before we go any further. But Thurl, thank you for joining us again. I appreciate it. Sherry, you always got a spot on this show with me on Friday nights. We appreciate it. And if I really do not want to talk about the presidential debate because I've been hearing about it all day today. It's a sports talk show, so we're not going to talk about a geriatric dementia patient having a meltdown. We're not going to. What we're going to talk about is Cleveland Browns talk and Cleveland sports talk. Let's just do one other thing real quick. Let me just check on my phone here because I want to see what the score is of the Cleveland base.
The Gardos.
The Indians.
Oh,
I still do that.
Cleveland baseball team, whatever you want to call it.
I still do that. Oh shit, they're down 4-1 in the third. They're down 4-1 in the third. Okay, we'll shut that off. Okay, we'll shut that off. All right. So first up, go ahead. What this is the Amari Cooper thing? They're making a big deal about this video that he made. Said, "Yeah, I'm trying to get paid this year," and everybody's like, "Oh, that's a shock." Well, of course he is. I mean, newsflash. What do you think, man? What do you think?
One of me personally, I mean, he was just being honest. I mean, that's what everybody do. I'm 2 weeks, I'm 1 day, I'm 1 hour from signing a big contract. I'm trying not to do nothing that's going to jeopardize that. He wasn't trying to say that he was going to break Cleveland rape Cleveland and rob them or anything. You just say, I'm trying to get paid this year. I can't go out there and race you and jeopardize my salary. That's all he was saying.
Yeah, of course. What do you think, Sherry?
No, I think it was clever. He put a little bit of a blip out to know that he's still engaged. He wants people to be aware that he's still set on Cleveland, but to raise just a little bit of doubt, just to plant a little bit of seed of doubt in the organization. Maybe they need to strike while the iron's hot. Don't sleep on this guy. He's still young enough to go somewhere and be impactful.
Yeah.
I think it was clever. I think it was very clever on his point to do something like that. Because I mean, should we be reading in between the lines? Is there implied meaning, or is he just like being 100% true to just sending a video out? So wait and see, the waiting game.
Yeah, I think a lot of times there's always like big news to talk about when they're, like this is that time of the year when there's not much to talk about. So they're trying to. I just killed a spider. What you saw me do. I just saw Daddy Long was. I just killed it. My wife was very happy. So this is that time of the year when there's not much to talk about. Some can I say it? Popcorn fart happens like that.
I never heard that term before.
You never heard of popcorn fart before?
No. No. We ain't never heard of that. You got that from the debate last night.
That must have been. I grew up in the South. They don't say things like that.
No, they should. Okay. I'll throw my hands up. I'll do it. No, yeah, because it's like a nothing burger right now. Because I think a deal's going to get worked out by training camp. I think it's just what I'm hearing. It's the years and the guaranteed money on the years because they're trying to be as flexible as they can in 2026. A lot of people that I respect in the Browns Twitter sphere and including not just Jack Duffin and Quincy Carrier's another one. And I'm thinking Cameron Justice has said it. If you look at how it's set up and how he's planning, he has 2026 pretty much free of a lot of money because Myles Garrett's going to come up, Denzel Ward's going to come up. A lot of people are going to come up. They're going to have to make decisions, and they want as much flexibility as possible to make these decisions. That's what I think it is, and they don't want a bunch of money tied up in a 32-year-old guy, which makes sense. I don't know. What do you think, Thoreau?
Well, I'm gonna go back on the statement that he made. Now, I would look between the lines if it was a question asked to him and he said something like that, but it wasn't an interview. I don't know if it was an actual interview or they were just sitting there talking. The guy would just, to me, it seemed like the camera was just rolling and he was just having a conversation with Amari Cooper. Now, if he just said that in an interview, then you look into it. But just him, I would have said that to a guy, hey man, I got to go to work Monday. I can't race you. And that's basically to me all he said. But on the contract thing, that's a touchy one. It all depends on how many years he wants, and I don't think the money's going to be the issue. Cleveland AB, I've been saying it on my podcast. This man is a wizard with the money. He's going to, oh man, man, I don't know where he's hiding it at, but he keeps coming up with it. I don't know how we can sign all these guys, and like you said, we got Chubbs and everybody else coming up. It's going to be hard.
There's a lot. 2026, because it's like 2024, 2025 is the window of opportunity. There could be a reset in 26, whether it's a big one or a small one. That's what it depends on. And I think a lot depends on how well Watson plays. Then I'm hearing 27 and 28 will be the other 2 years. That's the 5-year plan to contend for 4 out of those 5 years and seriously contend. Not just, hey, we go above 500, maybe make the playoffs. They're talking like we're going for it. That's
in what years?
20 this year, 24, 25, then 26 will be based on, because 26 is the last year of Deshaun Watson's contract.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it all depends on how well he plays. If he's playing well and he's balling, we're going to keep him, and we're going to go ahead in the next 2 years. If not, we're going to reset at quarterback. So that's the big decision. But we got that flexibility in 26 is what he's looking at. That's kind of like him thinking 3 years ahead.
When do you think the Browns window it closes?
It depends. Well, it doesn't really. It depends on how well Deshaun Watson plays and what happens between now and in the next 2 years. The next 2 years, it's open for sure. After 26, it could be open again 27 and 28. It could be, but it's based on how the next 2 years go.
Yeah, I got to see the numbers because every year we scraping money just to sign guys. We had to restructure everybody this year just to get the little bit that we have. So
and the cap went up.
yeah,
That's right. No, that's right. You got to look at the numbers. I don't have it here in front of me. You can look over the cap, but that if you kind of see how it's all set up, it's looking at 26 to being that's the one. So, but yeah. That honestly, that's what it's looking like. Speaking of, you brought up Chubb, so we all saw these videos. I think we did.
It's been exciting. The high school. I just want to hang out with. I just want to hang out at the high school, just to see him coming and going. That's it. That would be my main prerogative, and I'd just be like, yeah, there's Nick Chubb. There he goes. Look at that guy. And it would be in slow-mo, like every high school movie, and well, he doesn't have long hair, but in my mind, it's blowing what hair he has.
Okay, this is from, if you're seeing what I'm seeing.
He's jumping back and forth.
This is a tweet from a Noah Weisskopf. Browns with Noah is who it is. And I'm going to pull this up.
So majestic. He looks amazing.
See this?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about right there. That was... I can't do that without getting my foot caught and falling over. And there's...
Yeah, and then there's this one.
That is amazing.
Hold on. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Browns fans probably can see it because we probably didn't watch it 1,000 times.
I did. Yeah. I watched it in slow-mo too.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Down. Look at him handle that ball. Touch him. Go ahead. He ain't dropping nothing.
Yeah, that I just took it off. I also was here because I remember Cameron Justice said it. I can't remember who. I think it was Quincy Carrier's show. Was that Nick Chubb's been squatting, and that was a couple of weeks ago that he's been squatting. And I said something. I said, I don't know how much weight he's squatting. It all depends on how much weight he is. And somebody said it was 495 pounds. Unsubstantiated. A person that commented last night in the Fanatical Elf show, and I'm going, he's already squatting 495. That looks very good to be ready early in the season. So he's superhuman. This guy.
Yes, I would love to sequence his DNA and Myles Garrett's DNA and see what do they have that we don't, right?
Genetics, like God-given genetics, just amazing genetics.
I don't know. I feel like there's something else in there.
Isn't this the same injury he hurt in college, right?
Yeah.
Same knee.
Yeah, and as I did my research, I started thinking that he might be ready for week 1.
That's what I was thinking too.
I heard it from Jack Duffin first. Then who else said it? I think I keep saying his name, but I think it was Carrier too. Said that, but he's kind of pushing
whispers everywhere.
The only reason I said that is because men and women lie, numbers don't, and I'm going by the numbers. In October,
so do politicians lie too. Yeah, so do politicians.
Salute. When he got hurt in 2015, it was October 10th. So that's the beginning of the season, the same beginning of the season that he got hurt with us. And guess what? He did not miss not one game the next year. The first game of the season, he carried 32 times for 222 yards. He didn't miss a game.
Wow. Could you imagine if he had 32 carries for 222 yards against Dallas?
Right, man. So that's what I wanted to see, the timeline of how did he come back from college, and so now that gives me a timeline of when he's coming back with us. We might not give him that 33 all them carries.
I'm starting to hear the rumblings on other shows too, not just one guy or outliers here. There, people are starting to say, "Hey," I said this when we had Cameron Justice on this show. God, what was that like? That was right. That was Easter weekend. That's right. She came on Good Friday, and I was telling her, I said, I don't think she was. Sherry and I were at the Browns Jets game, the Thursday night game. Were you at the game?
No, I didn't.
Well, I didn't know if you were a season ticket holder or not. No, we are, and the thing was, he came out and smashed the guitar before the game. Nick Chubb did. This was 6 weeks after his second surgery. He did not have crutches. He wasn't limping, and he walked up the stairs, smashed the guitar, walked down the stairs. Fine. You wouldn't even have known he had a knee injury.
Yes, yes.
And I'm sitting there thinking, this is 6 weeks after. Everybody's going crazy and cheering. They saw him. He just energized the building. And I said to my wife was with me, and I was like, God, he had knee surgery 6 weeks ago. She says, no, she doesn't pay attention like I do.
Mhm.
And she's like, really? I said, yeah, he had 2 knee surgeries in the last 3 months. And she's going, wow. Yeah, because he had one, they had to fix one ligament, then they had to go back and fix the other
Yeah,
one.
they did
if I'm not
frontsies and
mistaken.
then backsies.
Yeah. John Suchan's liking the show. Thanks, John.
That's medical terms, actually, you guys. You are in the know. Frontsies and backsies.
She's our
MCL, MCL now.
Sherry is our science person. She's our science person on the show.
Well, I want to know what we used to put him back together. Did we use synthetic or did we go cadavers? And were they superhuman cadaver pieces that he got that we don't know that could have been grown?
He's a cyborg. Yes, that's what he is. It's all the king's horses and all the king's men.
Right.
Putting each other back together again. Well, that's another article.
With gold.
With gold. Yes. Yeah. If he runs out that tunnel to start on September 8th against the Cowboys.
Is everyone's gonna lose it?
Oh, that place is going to be electric.
It'll fall apart because it's held together with mulch and duct tape.
Yes. Yes.
How many carries do you give him week 1 if he's available?
Oh, I'd ease him in. I wouldn't go crazy.
Yeah,
because I don't want him to be a target. Yeah, I was thinking about
10. About 10. That way, and plus we signed other guys to carry the load too. So we're not going to. I think the way I've heard people describe it, it'll be running back by committee with Chubb leading that running back by committee, and he'll have 1,000-yard rushing year doing that. Yeah. Just 17 games. If he does that 17, getting 1,000 yards isn't really as big of a deal.
Would you test out his new knee in preseason, or you hold him? You not putting him out nowhere?
No. You can imagine doing that, and he screws it up again, and then
not for nothing burger games, and not for dress rehearsal. We'll keep him cool. Yeah. We'll have him sitting there for morale and suited up.
Yeah.
But
it's a good question, though. Actually, it's a very good question.
We got some comments coming in. You see.
Oh yeah, I've got 2. Oh, who do we have here?
Posh.
Who is it? Posh?
Friend of the show, Posh.
What do we got? Posh. Hola, ¿cómo está, amiga? And then we got. Oh, what did she say? She said we need a pod to watch Chubb doc.
We
together.
do. We need eyes on Nicholas Chubb.
When is it? Yeah. When is this? I heard about a doc. Please, does anybody know more about that comment? Like, I heard about it. What is it going to be on Netflix? Is it going to be a Cleveland thing? I don't know, or ESPN maybe. Does anybody know? Like a documentary?
That's going to be during the season.
I don't know if I don't think it's Hard Knocks. I think they're doing one on his recovery.
Are there? Oh, I didn't hear anything about that.
I kind of heard something vaguely about that. I think.
Are you sure it wasn't a dream? Because sometimes my dreams get mixed up with reality. Also.
Oh, of course. No, I don't think so.
At JOC Films, is that? Oh, okay. Okay, Posh is dropping some insider secrets with us at JOC Films.
Is that
on the Instagram?
On the Instagram, or is it on Instagram or on Gram?
On the Gram.
All right, it's JOC Films. I'm going to leave it up so people can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Posh.
I'm telling you, I'm getting these ladies messaging me. Jeez.
Well, the rumor's out there. You're a big Nick Chubb fan.
I'm also a married Nick Chubb fan. Yeah.
I get those same ladies in my DM. Don't feel
special.
Oh yeah.
It's like that old lady in the grocery store telling me I'm a handsome young man. It's all nice and.
Can you read that? Can you read that for me, sir?
Yes.
Nick Chubb is following that page.
Oh.
JOC Films.
Yes.
Guys, this is exciting. Breaking news here tonight on Burning Rivers Browns.
Oh, he is. Yep. Okay.
All right, everybody.
We will have to check it out. We will have to check it out when it's released, and we should do it. And Posh, you are welcome to be on here with us.
Yeah, next week. It's all Posh. We're bringing Posh on next Friday. You heard it here first.
Yep. We're going to leave this up so people can find them. Yep. I just started following.
She'll run up on you, too, because she ran up on me in a parking lot.
I did. I
Watch
ran
it.
up on you too. And your daughter. I was like, I wanted to hang out with your
Hey.
daughter though, man. I want to know all about her farm career. I'm excited for her.
Yes, they're producing the documentary. Okay, cool, about his recovery. That is fantastic.
She's
Puddle of
right.
mud.
She is right.
Well, no, he takes the field. He does well this year, and we go all the way. That's just going to be that's going to be an amazing story. It's going to be comeback player of the year. If he comes
No
back, he
doubt.
gets, oh yeah.
I think we should just build the statue now.
Just build it.
Just build it.
That's what we're going to do.
Do we give him a long contract?
Oh,
4 or 5 year
that's an
contract?
excellent
4 or 5 years,
question.
probably not. 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
2 or 3.
You ain't gonna take advantage of the injury.
I mean, get him at a cheap rate. Get him at a cheap rate.
Yeah, you got to. You got to,
mean,
but you can
smart.
get stuck. Go, yes, it can go either or.
That is true. How about
If you want to,
that's why I'm not an NFL GM.
can you sign it with wiggle room for a 3rd-year option? 2 years with, we could see how long the repair holds up, and then we could give them that 3rd year.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, with the injuries,
would-
you always got the clause of injury clause. Nobody gets paid. They don't even get the
Right.
guaranteed money. So
Yeah, I think Cooper will get extended, and I think JOK will before the end of the season. And I did do an interview with Duffin, and I know I'm mentioning the same people. These are people I follow because I respect what they know and what they do. He says he's going to get extended by the end of the year, 3 years.
Oh, 3.
yeah,
That's what he said. That's what he said. And it's not going to be top level market money, but he'll be happy with it.
Professional football player money. That's
Veteran, not in veteran minimum, but they're going to take care of him. And as long as nothing, like that's what he was saying, was as long as nothing catastrophic happens, it's sustainable, and the salary cap keeps going up like they're projecting, they can make their decisions and do their thing.
But is it smart for the Browns? You said by the end of the year. That's smart for the Browns.
Yeah. See how he is. See how he does.
Going now. I'm reading into his comments how he said, "I'm not going to run because I'm trying to get paid."
I thought you were talking about Chubb. I misunderstood.
I thought we were talking about Cooper.
I was talking about Chubb, saying that Chubb will get extended at the end of the year. Mark Cooper
by the end of the year. Okay, Chubb. Chubb,
Cooper by the end of July.
All right. I was about to say.
Before training camp. No. That's what I was told. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's a great clarification there, because they're saying about something a catastrophic event, and my Dog Pound Daily was talking about the NFL Sunday Ticket lawsuit. How familiar are you guys with this? Because before I get into it, how familiar are the fans with it?
I looked it up a little bit. I
watched the whole as long as I could stomach Pat McAfee's Pittsburgh accent. As long as I could stomach it, I watched. He had a very they had a very good discussion about it, and all the appeals courts it would have to go to, and the amount of time it would take before it would first get into appeals court, and then from the time it goes in, and they said usually it takes about 3 years for anything to get through anything ruled in an appeals court. So it's going to be like a minimum of 5 years before anybody sees any sort of money. And they were alleging that fans and bars would be getting approximately $5,000, an entity for people who paid for the service. But there's so much,
Well, I don't think the bars was going to get the 5,000. It was just
the individuals, the residential.
Yes, the bars. They I think they in a different bracket.
Have any of you ever had the NFL Sunday Ticket, whether it's with DirecTV or YouTube TV?
I might have had it 1 year.
Yeah, go ahead.
They give us service through when you get the season ticket package. You usually get something like that for free. I think we get Red Zone and Sunday Ticket for free, like packaged in with, as an appreciation for having season tickets. So outside of that, I've never paid for it.
When I had DirecTV and we moved from Cleveland to North Carolina, I got it for free. And I loved it because I was out of market and I got to watch the Browns, and that was 2011 season. I kept it for a couple of years because I was like, oh, okay, I can watch the Browns games. But then, not too long after that, I was pretty much done with it but the rate and it just kept going up on me, and I didn't think it was worth it after a while. And then I did when I went to Dish Network. I had Red Zone, NFL Red Zone, which I thought was cool. That came for free. I like that channel.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
especially
Red Zone.
If you have ADD, because it just bounces around all
the games that are going on. Yeah, there was another. When I got rid of it, and I just started going to streaming and figuring things out.
Yeah, I got my Fire Stick.
Yeah.
I got our we have Roku.
We played Fubo TV, which is interesting too. Very interesting.
Yeah, and it's just, and I had an antenna, so I was able to watch, and I had the CBS app, so I could see certain things and everything else, but I just don't think it's worth it. But they're seriously, it took me a couple of years to realize, okay, I'm paying way too much for this. If I could have done a more a la carte, like pick your teams or take a package, like you get a divisional package, like an AFC North
That's
package.
What they were discussing in a lot of the articles, that what it might go down to is having people do it piecemeal for not getting stuck with. But why not do it that way? It makes more sense, why not give the people what they want instead of sticking them with like out of market games that they don't care about?
Right. Well, in college, it might, correct me if I'm wrong, if you got a package, you could get one like a Pac-10 or a Big Ten.
Right.
Is the Pac-10 even around anymore? I don't remember.
But they got 1,000. They got 1,000 schools. I mean,
right. There's so many.
NFL only got 32. And
that's true. That's true.
And if they break it down, you're gonna lose your money. You gotta sell it as a bulk.
Big time.
So that's really, it's going to go into the appeals court. But there was saying that this $14 billion, which I heard at first, Mike Florio, because I guess he was a former attorney, talked about it, and he did a video about it, and he really, it was hard for him, I think, to articulate it in layman's terms, because we're just like, what?
That's who was on
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Pat McAfee show. Yeah,
I was watching him too, and he was just going on. You could tell it's his bread and butter. Like he was like, he was all like, we can talk legalese. Finally, they care about my degree and what I know about.
Yeah, it's like he was in his element.
He's like me. When somebody wants to talk about something nerdy, sure, let's go.
So it could affect the salary cap, but it won't, not for at least 5 years, because there's not even gonna. The NFL's gonna fight this. They're not gonna pay it.
I doubt it affect the salary cap, and I don't even know if it would last. They might end up selling. They already lost. They might end up selling for. And the only reason I say it might not affect the salary cap, because when they lost the concussion, did that affect? I mean, if it did, so if that didn't affect, then why would this one?
What was the settlement on the concussion?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. That was another stupid one.
Yeah.
So do you think
they knew they was getting into?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we all do. Yeah. I'm a retired wrestler. I know.
Do you think they do something weird, like out of pocket, and try and declare like bankruptcy to try and get protection from any of this, and like pop up somewhere else as a different entity? Like when you're weeding the garden, you pull it out here, it pops up over here. Like,
I have no idea if they could even do that. I can't see the NFL declaring
that. Could they do that?
I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got me on that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
goodness. Write it down. Well, yeah. Yes. Big book of questions from Sherry. Okay, so because I remember being told like it would have to be something catastrophic to hurt the revenue of the salary cap, which was like COVID,
right?
Like another COVID, or I pray this doesn't happen. Another major war, something like that. I pray it, please, God, no. We don't want that. I mean, no, nobody wants that. So that just for the sake of hurting the salary cap, but just for obvious reasons. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. And then I'm thinking too that there was that the Sunday Ticket lawsuit. It was a California court, wasn't it? That was in
something like that. It was something like that.
Yeah,
but I don't like I said, I skimmed over it,
Mm-hmm.
but what was the NFL guilty of doing?
They said it was monopolizing the price and like they're price gouging their customers,
Mm-hmm.
forcing them to buy the whole package instead of doing more of an a la carte choice. That's what that's what it was. And the judge can overrule all this stuff and it can be
Right.
done. It could be
Yeah.
done based on what Mike Florio said. It's just judge could just say,
Yeah.
you know what,
Yeah,
and
depending on what is ruled, then they take it over to the appeals court, and
No,
then that all starts.
I'm just trying to figure out what did they do different than any other business that's out here. They all doing this.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right? That's what
I'm trying to figure out. What did they do? Because when I was listening to the Pat McAfee and whoever he had on there talking, it was trying to say that I couldn't. Like I said, I didn't really get all the way into it. They was talking about that they was pushing everybody. They was pushing them to CBS or away from CBS. It was something in there.
Yeah.
That's what they getting sued for, but I don't know what he was talking
yeah,
about.
it had something to do with that they're going to want to watch the national games anyway.
Yeah.
So,
So it was pushing people towards Fox and towards CBS to watch those games.
That's what I ended up doing because the games, besides the Browns games, the games I wanted to watch were on Fox and CBS or NBC Sunday night or Monday night. Those were the good
question
games.
For my big book of questions. Could that have been done intentionally since it's part of the NFL? Did they know that was going to happen? It could have been part of their plan, potentially. Could it have been?
Part of whose plan?
To get money, have people subscribe.
Oh, the NFL?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to make money.
Yeah.
They want you to buy the whole thing, and it's it could change to more of an a la carte type of.
See, that would be the smart thing, I guess. Well, people are, but then you have things come in like that. The games that are going to be on Netflix this upcoming season, which is new.
Two Christmas Day, right? Two Christmas Day games.
And the games on Prime. So were those games also included on the Sunday ticket?
Probably not. That's for Sundays. Yeah, no, I could see that happening. I don't think that because I haven't had the Sunday ticket in at least 10
because it was not affordable.
No, I just said this is a waste of money.
I think the affordable thing. I think they had to be doing something illegal because I mean a price is your price. You can't be mad at nobody that whatever your price is, your price is. I mean, I wish cars can go down. I wish gas can go down. I wish everything can go down. They ain't getting
groceries
sued.
can go down.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's they did something. They did something.
Happened in the contract writing that. Probably we need, a lawyer friend to come on and go through the contract with us to go through it, comb through it, and show us exactly the language.
Ben Shapiro.
and I think that's what they might have been talking about. I think that on ABC, NBC, they was probably putting sorry games on that nobody wanted to watch and forced you to get the ticket.
Right.
And now that could be what they being sued for.
That's a whole new conspiracy in itself, right there.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to watch the 49ers play the Dolphins and you live in like the Northeast. Like I don't blame you.
Yeah. But yeah, because I can understand if you're like, especially when I lived in Raleigh, North Carolina, there was a lot of transplants from different places that were there. Like you go out, like in my neighborhood where we lived. I mean, you'd see banners and flags of different. You'd see Bears, Lions, Jets. I mean, Giants. I mean, it was a lot of different ones. What is it? Let me see. What did she say? All on Thursday night was hilarious. Al. I thought you said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love Al?
Who not? We all do. We all
love Al. Everybody's favorite grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. But we had I don't know what's going to come of this, but you're saying you don't think it's going to affect the cap neither way. If it has to be something a lot bigger and more catastrophic.
Because I don't. I mean, they generate so much money, and then when they're paying things, like I said, I don't know how much for the concussion, how much that was, and if that didn't affect nothing, why would this one?
Yeah, I really, I'm not sure.
And is the NFL? Why would the why would teams be penalized when they didn't do nothing
Exactly.
wrong?
Individual
That's the
teams.
that's the NFL. That's y'all over there.
That's the
Yeah.
umbrella organization.
Yeah,
Not your employees individually, because that's not right.
Yeah.
This could be speculation and conjecture.
I think that's what it is. I think it's just
Yeah.
because, again, like you said, it's off season right now. It's the time of the year where very little's going on in the NFL. So why not? Let's make a controversy. Let's make something. Let's be relevant for this off time, you know? So I feel that might be part of it as well. I mean, we're never going to forget that the NFL is there. I mean, we're football fans, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So they're just like, hey, remember us? We're scumbags too sometimes, but watch our stuff.
Well, you know who made a really good point on this show today? His Ultimate Cleveland Browns show was G. Bush.
Oh, yeah, my neighbor.
Yeah, your neighbor. Hey, he was talking about like people like regular, everyday, 9 to 5, middle class people. They'll spend their money on vices such as they'll buy cigarettes, alcohol, whatever, and the
crack.
NFL. They really, even when the Browns stunk, people were paying $60, $70 a pop, going to the Muni lot, having fun, eating, drinking, being around like-minded people. He says that won't change whether there's a dome or not. That's what his whole point was in that. But that also includes probably something like this that I agreed with. I was like, yeah, he's got a point. People are going to do it. I mean, people signed up for the PSLs. I mean,
right.
when they did that. So interesting. Yeah. Keeping the land bridge was the next thing I was going to lead into.
That I don't know nothing of. So
the state of Ohio legislators granted $20 million to the city of Cleveland for that land bridge project connecting downtown to the shoreway, where people can walk across. So that way you're not all like bottlenecked into the bridges and funneling through the bridges. Take forever to walk there. So
it does take an eternity. And then when you try to go by the highway and you fall down that one really steep curve, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm always like, hey guys, watch your curve, everybody. It's gonna dip down, and people are so drunk and they're like face planting the curb. I'm like, no.
And I don't want to just rip on Dog Pound Daily, but they did the piece saying they're one step closer to keeping the Browns downtown. This doesn't mean a cup of spit at all. It doesn't mean
it would just be nice for the city of Cleveland because it's unique and it would bring it's like ecotourism too. People love that. And all the animals are going to find their way. We're going to get a lot more skunks in the stadium.
Yeah.
If that happens.
Who gave them this money?
The state of Ohio.
State of Ohio. But yeah, okay.
So we talked on our show, like, I don't think the city themselves, like Mayor Bibb specifically, doesn't care if the Browns move to Brook Park. I don't think he cares.
He cares in his own nerdy way. Let's not say that. I love Mayor Bibb.
Well, I think he might be already in his mind thinking, okay, we can repurpose that to do something more economical. Let them go to Brook Park. We could do better with this land. He could build his
mega library that he dreamed about as a young boy.
That's fine.
I did a episode on it, and what people don't realize, what is it, 2024, probably since 2018, or maybe even go back to 16. I can't remember, but the Haslam's been trying to do this for the longest, and the city keep turning them down. The city, they've been trying to. I got might be still. They've been trying to
work. Yeah, the work.
No, they got a whole plan. They got a whole plan of what it's going to look like, and because they saying that they wanted to take advantage of the water. They said being there, they never took advantage of the water. They wanted to put stuff on the water, have people sitting outside, you doing things in the water in the stadium. They was trying to build it all up, and the city turned it down.
Which is dumb.
Where did you hear that the city turned it down from? I just want to make sure.
Whatever news is in Cleveland, but I'm gonna look.
Is it Channel 5? Oh, yeah, look it up. Look it up while you get it.
Or number 3 or number 19.
Yeah, I think it's 19.
Was it Channel 19 that the city?
I think it's 19.
Oh, 19.
So when the city turned down the Haslams, they went to their alternate plan of getting a dome in Brook Park, and this Brian Casey is completely.
Oh, I saw that.
Well, you saw me. I've ripped on this guy. I'm like, dude, what do you know this? I'm like, oh, he gives me a headache. I'm like, why? Why are you screwing with this? What is your deal, man? Because he's trying to be a hero. Okay, because let me share this, because he this is Cleveland Scene, and this was on G. Bush's show too, and he was making his point, saying like, yeah, I could see what he means by this and why he's saying this, but he means that it doesn't mean anything, because they're trying to say, here we go, they're trying to say he had people, these experts come on. If you could see what it says, that it makes no economic impact. Financial experts warn against massive public subsidies for Cleveland Browns. Haslam's are willing to pay half. How much did Lerner pay for 1999's new stadium? Nothing.
Yeah.
No idea.
It was all county money. It was the syntax through the county. It was all county money. Haslam's willing to pay half. The state of Ohio is willing to double in, and the county would be the rest. This is they're talking about plus Cleveland plus Dome Stadium equals wealthier city. There's zero evidence in 30 years of peer review academic research that a professional sports team in a city generates substantial jobs, raises wages, raises income, raises property taxes, blah 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 blah. Okay, economic professors, University of Alberta. Never been to Cleveland. Love it.
They should go to the local. I mean, they should go to Case. They should go to Cleveland State and get their, the people who have boots on the ground, get their economic information from there, because that's rational and reasonable for your market. It doesn't make sense to go to Alberta. It's a whole different country.
They were comparing it to Detroit and Indianapolis, okay?
Right?
Making comparisons. Yeah, you could get a Super Bowl that's only one. You could get like an NCAA Final Four that's only one. All right, compared to zero. That's you could get that, but there's other events. Now, this is just a stadium, right? Isn't there other things they're going to build up around that?
Yes, quote unquote Jimmy's World, right?
Jimmy's World, or whatever you want to call it. So. Plus, doesn't Indianapolis Colts host every year the combine?
Yes.
Now Detroit, look, I'm not here to disparage Detroit. I'm not. The team wasn't that good until the last couple of years. That's one. So they didn't draw a lot of people downtown to Detroit. Two, the city is almost like a third world country.
Parts of it. They built up a lot of nice stuff over. Have you been to? I spent a lot.
I haven't been to Detroit in over 20 years.
Spent a lot of time in Detroit, and they've built up a lot of nice stuff over by Wayne State University on their campus, where the art museum is, and downtown. Nice. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Okay, but I mean, you're talking about housing values, property taxes rise when property values rise. They're trying to say that just put in a statement. You have to have other sound economic policy to have these other things go up. You're not just going to rely on a stadium alone. It's a very specious argument, in my opinion, what he's making here. So, you just put in a stadium. Yeah, of course, it's not going to do that, but you got to do other things.
Exactly.
What
hold events?
What honestly, what economic sense does it make to keep that 30-year-old stadium, remodel it, because it's basically was put together by like chewing gum and
mulch, duct tape, and some of that alien tape. Now that's what they're using to fix it.
I mean, they didn't cut corners; they cut every corner. I mean, that was just it was a piece of crap from when it opened.
I mean, you can tell now, even though in the however many years I've had season tickets, it's like degrading. The complete opposite of gracefully,
yes, it's not going well. It's not going well. We need it, the best thing to do is to tear it down and rebuild it, or build a whole new one. And it doesn't
tear it down. What would they play?
Yeah, but that's what I say. Like, build a whole new one. That's what I'm saying. Like, build a whole new one. And I'm just saying, like, okay, what are we going to do? Because what economic sense does it make to keep that stadium downtown and have it outdoor football only stadium and used maybe 10 to 15 times a year? If you have a dome, you have an opportunity to have it used year round for other events, not just Super Bowls, not just NCAA Final Fours, not just women's Final Fours. You could have all kinds of events, all kinds of conventions. There's lots of things that can be done. It's just there's more to it than that, plus other things around it too, because there's not just the dome itself. There could be other events.
When I just want a dome because after October, November, when it started getting cold, I don't go to no games.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the benefits, like I'm always for the players. The rest of the benefits go straight into the owner's pockets, and I really don't care about his pockets because he's a billionaire. So, I mean, that's
yeah. And everybody I've talked to in the know on this, yeah. Hang on. Look for more coupon cutting measures by the Shield. Remember the ending of the programming. What is she talking about?
The NFL?
Well, yeah, when we was talking about the NFL.
Oh, okay. God, sorry, I missed. I was a little bit late on that, Posh. Sorry. I'm completely in a totally different conversation. Right, and yeah, the better fan experience, better player experience. People have argued with me saying, "Well, dome teams don't win Super Bowls. There's only 2 of them." Yeah,
Well,
there wasn't
even just people getting to their seats on time, trying to carry things because the alleyways, the way for people to get to their seats is so narrow and steep, going up to the higher seats, like where under the covers, so treacherous, to where it's hard to get your footing right if you're holding anything. And if somebody's coming down those stairs in your direction, there's nowhere for you to go. So you're stuck, and it's
one escalator.
One escalator that people pack on, and
my wife insisted on it too. My wife insisted on taking the escalator.
Right, and they only have one elevator, one for people who need the elevator, and they don't necessarily let them use it if they need it. So there's a lot of things about that stadium, civilly engineering wise, that really needs to be redone and make it more comfortable for your audience, because the seats, they're not comfortable. They suck.
Well,
right?
I think we've talked about this. It's pretty much sounds like the Haslams are going to Brook Park. It's a done deal. I think Mayor Bibb's going to sign off on it because he's saying, okay, just help us repurpose this land here. Well, some sort of mutually beneficial agreement is going to be in place. And Brian Casey's just, I don't know what he's doing. I would love to have him on. I would just like to ask him and say, okay, where did you get your information from? Where are you seeing this? Are you factoring everything in? And see what he says. I'll be fair with him. I'm not going to, yell at him and scream at him. I mean, if he wants me to, I can.
I'm about to I don't know if you're going to be able to do it, but I'm about to send you that where they turned down the Browns. I'm about to send you that video I had.
They turned down the Browns. Okay.
Yeah, when they turned down for
go ahead.
Build where they at.
I could try to make it work.
Yeah, it's gonna be in your inbox once I find it again. Wait a minute.
Take your time. Take your time. We're on here, folks. We're just talking to Fans First Sports Network, which is the Fanatical Elves Network. This is the Burning River Browns Talk. I appreciate everybody.
Friday edition.
The Fun Friday edition. I could tell some jokes if you want.
I'm scared.
No,
Thank you.
No, you've heard my jokes.
I like how you said that. We're going to vote you down tonight.
Hey, whose show is this? No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Well, we can talk about the Stanley Cup. We could talk about if you had a day with the Stanley Cup, Lou, what would you do with it? Would you eat out of it? You said it didn't look sanitary when I shared the video of Roberto Luongo eating a big, delicious bowl of pasta out of Lord Stanley's cup. What would you do with it on your day? Mind you, there is a chaperone included. Bill Pritchard is coming with his wife with the case.
Well, yeah, the guy eating the spaghetti out of
that's Roberto Luongo. He is an Italian guy from Canada.
Hey, he was eating it right. You got it.
Yeah.
He was eating it correctly.
Yes, he was.
I sent it. And the way they had it downtown and everything, it looked at night. They're gonna show the pictures.
Yeah.
They got a whole thing, a blueprint of how they wanted it. It looked nice.
Yeah, because they could turn that into like more of a summer oriented.
Because I like with not to say their name, but I like what Pittsburgh do with their waterfront.
Yes,
you can watch the game in the stadium, or you can go out there on the boat and watch it. I mean, they using the water.
That's smart.
Yeah.
As much as we don't like them, they know how to repurpose their region to their advantage to make money.
Yeah.
And they put the whole casino there too. Have you ever been to the Rivers?
No, I walk through it, but that's about
But
it.
if you
Block There's
go, I
been a
mean,
long
they
time.
built
Yeah.
a big, beautiful casino there with parking, and it's bringing in revenue up the yin yang, and it's right on, actually, like stilted just about on the river. It's amazing. So why not learn? Why not take
Yeah.
I'm trying
a
to
page
get up the
from their
video
book?
while you guys keep talking. I'm trying to get up the
Okay.
video.
Yeah, no, I mean Pittsburgh. I spend a lot of
Yeah.
time there, and why not do that? Why not?
Yeah.
Let's be a rival with them economically. Forget going to Pittsburgh. Come to Cleveland. We have better rivers. We have a lake. They
But-
don't even have a lake.
But do y'all want a dome, or y'all one of them hardcore fans that we want the snow, we want to run and all
I'm
that.
too old
I
for
mean,
that.
I'm a girl. I don't want no parts of no cold.
The older I get, the more I want to be comfortable.
Yes, I want to be
So-
comfortable.
I want to be
Yes.
comfortable. I don't want to be like
I want to win.
soaking wet and
Just
Right.
frozen.
I want to win. I just want to win football games. I want to win. I really got fed up with.
It's
hearing
nice if the elements are not in the way of the game too.
Yeah. But before we will close out.
Freeze to a pause.
Yeah, hey.
He did lose weight, so he would be colder.
Yeah, I mean, they just I don't know. I want a dome, and we can't. They're getting rid of turf, so what they got artificial? What they type of
That,
grass?
like rubbery kind of.
Yeah.
That they use for the playgrounds with the little kids, because it has more of the. Yeah, I saw that over at the softball game. If you went over to where they had the playground for the little kids, they use that actual kind of turf.
Can you all see this?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Cool. I'm a whiz. That's something here. Hang on. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let me see if I got it. Okay, here I am. Let me go to the beginning of it. I'm going to cue it up. This was a WKYC where I used to be employed years ago.
Ooh.
Yeah. And here we go. Can you hear it?
Nope.
No.
You can't hear it. Okay. Shoot. Okay. That's what I was worried about. Hang on. That's why I asked. All right. Let me stop sharing. All right. Hold on. That's a great. This is. Hang on. Let me go all the way back. All right. 1 second. Let me try to figure this out. Thank you for being patient with me. Go ahead. Keep talking. We'll share screen.
So, Farrell, what kind of seats would you like in the stadium if you were to design your fantasy stadium?
I tell everybody the one thing about the way they design I'm gonna say the Brown Stadium, that regardless of where you sit, to me it's a good seat, but it's got to be comfortable. They gotta be comfortable. That's all. But
yeah, because they discriminate. If you've noticed, if you go down in the lower bowl, they get better seats.
Yeah.
I don't like the discrimination. It should be equal.
But that price down there is something different too.
Their seats aren't even that much more comfortable. They're still plastic. You just get a little more butt space. And there's an emblem.
Yeah.
There's like a little football emblem on the seat. I'm like, big whoop. I thought it would be cushion.
And that's the thing, that these owners are, when it's a business, but they so cheap that, because I didn't know players had to pay for their own boxes and all that stuff had their family in and all.
I didn't know that either.
Oh yeah, they gotta pay.
Wow,
they gotta pay. Awesome. That's why, like, when he didn't put him in the box, but was it Harbaugh, his brother, he was sitting in the stands. He wasn't in no box for the Super Bowl and all. Man, it just
wow.
Yeah, I would. That Jerry World, she just put up Jerry's World. That's one. That's a topic right there. What stadium would you want to go to? I need to see Jerry's World.
Yeah, exactly. I want it. the way the name alone sounds like it should be an amusement park. Is there going to be like a roller coaster around it? Because I understand the village concept by what they're doing in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What's that on steroids to bring people to us? Good restaurants.
When I like the way that their tunnel, they have to walk past you. I mean,
Awesome.
Jerry Jones was ahead of his time when he built that thing. He was ahead of his time, and the Jumbotron. You had everybody walking by, the players. You get to see them mad, happy, whatever before the game, after the game. I mean, he was ahead of his time, and I'm shocked that I think somebody else, SoFi, the Rams, they got a nice one too.
They do, very spaceship, and then the one in Vegas.
Vegas, the grass go in and out. Oh no,
that is. The more technology, the more exciting it's going to be, for sure.
Yes, man.
Or even they can include charging stations. See, fans like that now because we're so obsessed with our tech. Just give us a USB plug so we don't have to bring our own power banks. Let us use your power. Or, at the very least, have Wi-Fi that works. Because if you're at Brown Stadium, you'll notice 9 times out of 10, the Wi-Fi is garbage.
Yes. Well, but it's going to be hard with that many people. I mean, they should have each section have their own Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's ways around it. I mean, if you could wire a place like the Big House in Ann Arbor and make everything work, this is piddly crap compared to that amount of seats and people at one time pulling from one network. Make your fans happy and want to go to your games. So we need seats. We need things that are compatible with our mobile tech.
Better bathrooms. Them lines are crazy. Them lines are crazy.
Oh yeah. You go at the wrong time.
Oof. Forget it. You're stuck. You
you'll miss the whole quarter.
Yes. You're stuck behind somebody. Well, whatever.
Oh yeah, no, just keep going, guys. Keep going.
Then you might, like I said, I don't know about the women because I don't go in. And then you might walk in the wrong way. They'll be like, "Where you going?" I know. The line's on the other side. It's the way out.
Yeah. I've seen that.
That is very confusing. Yeah,
I've seen that.
It's nice to have soap and.
That's what we. Yeah, we need soap. Okay, hey, I'm trying to find the settings for this. Let me see. No, that's not it. Keep going. Well, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to go through the settings on this, but it's. Hang on.
I think it's already a MP.
Yeah. But see, when I go to share screen.
No, I mean talking about. But if you just download it into the video thing, and add it right there, then just play it.
Yeah, but it's not letting me play the audio. And for some reason.
Let me make sure it got audio. Wait a minute.
There we go. I got it. It has audio. I could hear it on my end.
Oh, okay.
I got it. Okay.
We're cooking with fire now.
This should work. So are we seeing it? Tell me if you hear it. Yes? No?
No.
Okay. Shit. All right. Hold on. I thought it was for the entire screen. Hang on. Because I present. Stop sharing for now. Let me do this because I went to share screen because when you do this and it says boom, for some reason when it's in this it's a window. All right. Let me try this. Let me try something else real quick. If there was a link to it, I could put it up in Microsoft Edge and I know I could get the audio for it. Just bear with me.
Yeah.
No. It's okay. Is there a URL for this or no?
No, I had this for a while, so.
Yeah, you could tell by they look kind of young.
But it's showing Deshaun Watson.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. I mean, it's a good, interesting video
Story?
that nobody because my thing, y'all gonna hate me for this. I'm sorry.
No,
Yes, y'all
I
are.
don't hate nobody.
Yes, you okay. Well, watch this. In 5 seconds, remember you said that. I have no beef with Art Modell.
Okay.
That, it that honestly is not relevant to me because I didn't become a Browns fan until 2015. So I mean, I understand it's part of
So
the lore, but to
okay.
me, it's irrelevant. That
No,
was
no,
before
no.
my
I
time.
was just saying that because what we doing now is the same thing Armadale said. Armadale said he was broke. He needed a new
Mhm.
stadium. Cleveland wouldn't give it to him, so he left. And now this
Income
video that he's
fall.
trying to play, since I mean, I'm gonna go back to 2016 or 18. They've been trying to get money, and the Cleveland don't want to give them no money. So what else is the owner supposed to do? Yes, we love our team
Mhm.
and we want our team, but what else is we supposed when unless they fit the whole bill? But yeah,
Well, yeah, it's a lot to ask. Well,
Mhm. Mhm.
I do agree with what with to a point. Yeah, because Art Modell. The thing is, it's the way he left. I think people have the heat with because he wasn't. I don't know how else to put it. He yeah, it was the way he left. I'm sorry I couldn't play this. I'm
yeah, he
trying
left. They
to.
left in the middle of the night.
Mm.
Well, he announced the move the day before we were voting on remodeling the new stadium, extending the syntax,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
But
because. Go ahead.
and I tell everybody because everybody think that since they're owners and they have all this money, a lot of things that people don't know is when Art Modell, the first year he was in Baltimore, he somewhat technically didn't own the Baltimore Ravens. He already sold it. He
Yeah,
already, yeah. And
he
so
had to sell his team anyway. He had to sell it anyway after doing all that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was saying he could have gave it to his daughter, and he said he didn't want his daughter going through what he went through. So he sold it. So when they won a championship, he was the
Mhm.
owner, but that was the year that the guy, I think he had like 3 years or something like that
Yeah,
to figure out if he wanted to
Biscotti.
buy it. Yeah.
Yes, Biscotti. Yeah, it was kind of like it was a special deal that gave him the capital in order to win that championship.
Yes.
Hang
So
on
I
a
mean,
second.
you can't if somebody say that they broke, then they end up selling it. I mean, he was telling the truth. He was broke. He didn't have no money. They say he was a bad investment, and that's why he did bad investments, and that's why Cleveland didn't want to give him no more money. That they gave him money for hotels and all this and all that in Cleveland.
Mhm.
He ain't never paid them back, so they said they were just done with him.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me
When she's
see.
saying mute all of us, then it might play. I don't know.
Who's saying
But
that?
I doubt that. I
Yeah,
doubt
I
that'll
didn't think
work.
that would work.
Yeah, I doubt that.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Hang on. Hang on. I see that because when I go to share it, when I go on here to share it, it doesn't. It's a video player, and for some reason, it's not letting me.
Have you used that video player? Is it compatible?
Yeah, it's compatible. Yeah, it plays. I can hear it.
Oh,
I just uploaded it to the. Let me open it again. This was the year before this was when they first started in Greenbrier. That's when
Hmm.
it was. So let me just do this. Let me go. Let me look.
Oh, I want to know, how do you feel about the number of training camp sessions being chopped down to as few as they are to the general public? How do you guys feel about that?
I go ahead if
no,
you
no,
want
no. I'm
to.
gonna let you go.
Well, I haven't gone in such a long time. It really doesn't affect me.
Yes, that's what I was gonna go with.
Okay.
And that's somewhat about when going back to the when Art Modell moved the team, it only affects the people that stayed in Cleveland. If you didn't
Mm,
live in Cleveland, I mean, they could have been playing in Mars. I'm still watching it on TV. So
right, right.
it didn't matter where they're at, as long as it's Cleveland, bro. And they changed the name. But
Yeah, yeah.
when they actually left, I am not gonna lie, I was a Baltimore Ravens fan
Oh,
until
the
the
truth
Cleveland
comes.
Browns came back
Hmm.
because I'm a play. I love my Browns, but how can you like right now if y'all following the Browns and they move to another city? Now you just somebody you've been cheering for so many years. Now you don't like them players no more. Them the same players. They just got a
They
different
changed
jersey
their
on.
color. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I would just. It wasn't about the name for me. But when Cleveland came back, then I came back home. That's all.
That makes good sense, indeed.
Yeah, having a,
You got it.
no. Keep going.
Your Wiz Tech. You got it.
You know how to do this.
Oh, that's is it? That's what she's saying. It's playing in your headset. That's why we can't hear it. Unplug your headset. Oh, we got another Wiz.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Okay, look, we got a
Let me.
wrestler, we got a Wiz, and we got a medical scientist. Okay.
I would have just done what my mom likes to do, where she just holds her phone up to like the screen,
and that's what I was gonna do. I think he messing with us.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have another question for you. Tell me about that song that you like, that you feature on your podcast. I am very much enthralled with it. It is a good hype song. I will listen to that before. Usually my go-to is Atomic Dog. I love Atomic Dog. But introduced to a new banger, I'll put it in the hype playlist. Tell me about the artist.
Chip the Ripper. I would just, I don't know where I ain't even gonna act like I know anything about him or all that stuff. I just came across it was on somebody did a Browns video and they had that hook in it. I love it. Then I started my podcast, but I didn't want to be getting sued for using nothing that.
Right.
So I inboxed him. I asked him, can I use his music? And he said, yeah.
Wow.
I made it into my intro, and I've been trying to hype him up, get him some. It's an old song, but it's still, I love it.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And is he on X?
Yeah, I think so. When he mainly on I be seeing him on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, he's a Cleveland rapper.
Oh,
yeah.
Good to know.
Yep.
Yeah,
he took his whole volume out. He talking.
He did.
We can't hear. Yeah. No, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Lou. Okay. Yeah, because I'm always looking for new things to add to my hype list, especially for going to the gym.
Okay.
So that definitely works. You need sometimes something to push you over the edge. Usually for me, it's Outkast.
Okay. He's going old school.
Atlanta's finest. I'm going to get beat up for saying that because some people, everybody is very tribal and has their team,
Yeah.
And I'm Outkast is my team. Because from Florida, name a great rap group from Florida.
Yeah, I don't even know a good rapper from Florida.
Exactly. So as soon as I learned about Outkast, I grasped onto them, especially because Andre 3000 is a poetic genius. In my mind, he is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's a beast.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Now you just went back. Now we can hear you.
Now you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second here. I might have found it. Hold on.
Well, yeah, Andre, he is a gift. I like being alive during times that, special people, on the timeline. You see Jimi Hendrix and various other artists.
Hold on. I think I found it. It's from a year ago. Almost from 11 months ago.
Nah, that wasn't it.
No, it seems like the same opening. You tell me if this is it or not. Hold on. Where the hell?
Because I think I went on YouTube and I think we'll see.
Yeah, I went on WKYC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I found it.
It could be.
Yeah, who's laughing at me there? Is it Posh?
Yes.
Well, Let's see. We're here. Looks pretty close, doesn't it?
Oh, it's still loading on my screen. Okay, here we go.
Okay, there we go.
Plan was
Yep,
ultimately
this is it.
from the state.
All right.
Outside of us, the lakefront of Cleveland has to be developed. You need a vibrant city. That's a really important part of who Cleveland should be. And I think the connection bridge needs to happen.
There is time, but the clock is ticking. The Browns' lease of the city-owned stadium expires in 2028. Now, there is a public meeting to talk about the lakefront plan hosted by Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb this Thursday. Meanwhile, the Haslams also talked about the naming rights for the stadium, Russ, previously known as First Energy. They say they are on the market for a buyer, so stay tuned.
So far, so good, it sounds like, right?
Yep.
Hold on.
All right.
Went all the way to the end. Hang on a second. Let me recue that. Ooh, that's loud. Jesus, is that loud?
You went from mute to like ear blowing.
No, that's not it. That's not it. They talking about the bridge.
Yeah, there was. Hold on, I went to a different story. Jesus, you people are annoying. Not you. I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what do you mean, you people? You invited us here.
What do you mean by you people? No. So these websites, and you're trying to find stuff. No, because this was a story. Council approves First Energy signs. Because compared to the one I first played, we're getting there. Don't worry about it. So this looks very familiar. Let me get to it because it's not what I had clicked on. You gotta wait for the ad to play.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I sent you the right one now that I'm looking at. Okay, yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, because it shows it got the 3D graphic and everything of how the new stadium it is, but what you have has probably been chopped up.
Yeah, as soon as I play something, it goes into an ad. So
I hate that so much. And then you can never get back to where you are.
Yeah. Let's. You tell me if this is it. And here I am. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let's try this. Okay, we see it. Very good.
There's Signal Cleveland. Took a close look at the new or possibly renovated Cleveland Brown Stadium. It's cost taxpayers. Cleveland's managing editor, Mark Namick, and our old pal, joined us here, was with us for a few years here at Channel 3. He's back with us today.
This ain't it, but we can see what they're talking about.
When Cleveland Brown Stadium was built, in 1998, it was $289 million. Where did that money come from, and what does this mean now?
Well, what it would cost at the time was $350 million to taxpayers right now. And where the money came from was from things like the alcohol and cigarette sin tax, the parking fees that you pay, the taxes on admissions to events. Those things really changed the flow of money. Some of it also came from the general fund, which really is income tax. So all of it is tax. That cost has been $350 million and counting.
Okay, what does all that cover, the $289 million? What would that cover?
Yeah, that is the finance. So remember, when you buy a house, you're paying a lot of money in interest. So that includes the financing, the building, and then really the maintaining of that stadium, which includes some major renovations, but also stuff like crumbling concrete and the infrastructure, the electrical and things like that have to be replaced 20 years in.
What have team owners put in? We're talking about some billionaire owners here. What have they put in?
We've had two owners since that stadium was built, the Lerners, Al Lerner, and at the time he put in about $110 million. that included a little extra money for escalators that he wanted that was not part of the original plan. The Haslams bought the team in around 2012, and they have put in $154 million. A lot of that coming in that last renovation in 2013-14. And that, of course, included things that did enhance the revenues like larger scoreboards and other, but a fairly significant amount. But again, none of that is against the $350 million that the city and the public has put in.
Okay, now the price tag here. How much do we expect a renovated or possibly new stadium to cost? And what is the city saying about its willingness to pay?
Right. That figure is a wide range. This is for a renovation only, $600 million to $1 billion.
That's for just renovation only.
That's a renovation. That figure is kind of getting kicked around a little bit behind the scenes. Most people seem to be working with that. The city has not said what they'll spend the money, or I mean, whether they're willing to put in, how much of that. But a lot of it will come down to what development around the lakefront is done and who controls that, because that could produce additional revenue for the city and or for the team owners. We keep hearing a little bit about the land bridge. That's to cross over those tracks that lead right on into the stadium. That could become a part of this puzzle, but no hard figures yet. But the crazy thing is, our reporter, Nick Costell, who did this story, he also found out that the city didn't have a working figure. In the middle of negotiations, they couldn't even really say how much the current stadium has cost the public.
Great job. We were talking about this. Jerry World down in Dallas cost $1.6 billion in 2009. So something like that to be built now, we're talking crazy money.
And
crazier money.
Did you tell me those big stadiums are also seeing renovations already?
Already.
So it's an arms race. It's hard to keep up.
All right. Good to see you, Mark. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's talk
But
about something
even
different.
in that video, you could see how drab our waterfront is, how depressing it is, where you just see like where the cargo stuff comes to die, you know, and it just looking really depressing and sad. So that in its own right is a vote to get that area, no matter what, built into something usable, because it looks like trash, you know, from the aerial shots. I don't know.
All right, let me play this.
Can I try something?
Sure.
Well, hold on. What were you gonna try?
Okay.
Hold on. No, I got it here. I think. Hang on. Dang it. Would help if I unmuted it.
Cleveland
I got it here.
scored
So
a major
let's play
win from the
this.
team. Owners Dee and Jimmy Haslam told reporters today the Browns belong to Cleveland. Their goal is to keep the squad's home downtown.
Yep, that's
Line takes a closer look at the Haslam's plans and hopes for the lakefront.
At Brown's training camp in West Virginia, so many uncertainties, including how good will Deshaun Watson be? But according to team owners Dee and Jimmy Haslam, one thing is for sure.
We're not leaving Northeastern Ohio, okay? That's for sure.
A bold promise
I remember
when asked
this.
about the future of Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Our preference is to be on the lakefront, but you got to see how things play out.
Since the 1980s, there have been no less than 10 different visions for redeveloping the lakefront. None has come to fruition. The latest plan comes from the Haslam Sports Group that envisions a critical land bridge to connect downtown to the lakefront. How best to do that and whether to turn the shoreway into a boulevard are now subject to public discussions.
Number one, we want to continue to have the conversations about how we remodel the stadium and stay vibrant on the lakefront.
We do have experience from having done it down in Columbus, okay, and did it quickly.
As the new owners of the Columbus Crew in 2019, the Haslams began work on a new stadium for the MLS team at a cost of $314 million, $218 million in private money, the rest from state and local funding. However, earlier this year, $62 million earmarked for Cleveland's lakefront plan was ultimately removed from the state budget.
Outside of us, the lakefront in Cleveland has to be developed. You need a vibrant city. That's a really important part of who Cleveland should be. And I think the connection bridge needs to happen.
There is time, but the clock is ticking. The Browns' lease of the city-owned stadium expires in 2028. Now, there is a public meeting to talk about the lakefront plan hosted by Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb this Thursday. Meanwhile, the Haslams also talked about the naming rights for the stadium, Russ, previously known as First Energy. They say they are on the market for a buyer, so stay tuned.
So far, so good, it sounds like, right?
Yep.
All right,
Sounds
Lena
good.
Lai in the newsroom. Thank you.
You bet.
All right, was that it?
That was it. Yes, that was it.
We
Way to
got
go,
there.
you
Yay, yay, yay. What MLS are getting? She said, what MLS are getting a
Major League
stadium?
Soccer.
Major League
About
Soccer, I believe.
Columbus?
Columbus Crew.
Yeah, he bought
Columbus
the Columbus Crew, and he just
Man,
he got a built a new
Yep.
stadium in I think a
Quickly.
year. That's what he was trying to
It was-
say that
Yeah.
he can do in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, so it goes to show that we've been trying to work with them, but sometimes not everything works out. And hey, I want to just say thank you all for being patient. I figured it out.
you sure did.
I figured it out. Yes. Yeah, flying by the seat of my pants is what I do. And yeah, and there was a story that came across that like economic news that where a lot of people go to sports bars and they like eat up chicken wings and all that stuff. Did you know that like one of the top ones like was Hooters? Did you know that? Like they were, and that they're like closing a bunch of them restaurants.
Yes, they are. They
Yeah,
sure are.
yeah. They said the sales went flat. And they filed bankruptcy. Chapter 30.
Yes, they did.
Chapter 38 double D. That was it. That's it. I'm done.
That's
Okay.
that's like that LeBron joke that's going around that I didn't get, that he slept with one of his teammates' mom.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't it the Lante
Get it?
West? Yes. Yeah, I got it. I
didn't get it.
I took
At
it. Yeah,
first,
because
my boy told me.
Yeah. Yeah, he could say it. He could say it. It's good.
Oh no.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble. Did my little bit of a Trump. People, thank you for joining us throughout. Thank you very much again, Sherry. Always a pleasure. We'll be back here next Friday night at 9:00. I'll be back Sunday night at 9:40. Hey, Fanatical Elves Network, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment. We appreciate all of you. We're all Browns fans. We want to see what's best for this team. We want to see the team win. We want to see it's good for the city of Cleveland as well. And I will say this, guys, thank you tonight. When the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. Have a great night, great weekend. See you later.
Go Browns.
Yeah, is it planned? There it goes. There it goes. That's it.